what I think you're seeing and what Karen is attesting to is that she is quite incompetent to do the job, right? This is what Republicans have been saying.
This whole identity versus merit thing with Katie Miller and KJP.
Right. So when Katie Miller called out Karine Jean-Pierre, KJP, for, well, allegedly leaning so heavily on her identity, black, queer, LGBTQ woman, in her public role, I think it struck a nerve. It struck a nerve because it taps into this widespread feeling, this anxiety that merit is just getting tossed aside. My take is, this relentless focus on identity politics, it turns everything into a zero-sum game. And hardworking people, they feel betrayed. They see a system that looks like it's rigged for checking boxes, not for actual competence or qualifications. It just breeds this cynicism when it's all about who you are, not what you can do.
See, that framing right there, that's the heart of the problem for me. I just don't buy that acknowledging who you are, your lived experience, somehow cancels out your expertise. To say KJP mentioning her identity is somehow a substitute for her qualifications, that sounds like, well, an old playbook, frankly. An attempt to marginalize communities that have fought tooth and nail for representation. It feels like dismissing her actual hard-earned expertise. And that dismissal, it reportedly just deepens the frustration for people who are already tired, frankly, of having their achievements questioned just because they also happen to champion diversity. It really sounds more like resentment trying to wear the mask of defending meritocracy. Okay, moving on to the Charlie Kirk situation. Look.
In light of the murder of my friend Charlie Kirk by a leftist assassin, I am gratified.
These events are tragic, and thinking about political violence, it just brings a profound sadness. The absolute priority, I think, has to tackle extremism from all sides without immediately making it a political blame game. I believe pushing these narratives that, allegedly twist the facts, it's not just counterproductive, it's genuinely harmful. It just leaves communities feeling more anxious and divided. We need unity against this kind of thing, not partisan point scoring.
Unity? How is unity possible when the outrage is so obviously one-sided? I mean, we heard Michael Knowles, his powerful testimony about what he clearly states is rising left-wing terrorism. And my side, we feel this deep sense of betrayal. A real betrayal when you see someone like Democrat Congressman Seth Moulton reportedly blaming the right for violence. It's absurd. It turns reality completely on its head. Like Knowles pointed out, this whole political violence argument gets twisted when, conveniently, you just don't count the political violence allegedly coming from the left. We're literally facing attacks and then we get blamed for them. It's national-level gaslighting, plain and simple.
Okay, before we jump into the economy, which I know you're eager to do, we should mention a really valuable resource.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The Next-Gen Business. It's genuinely a fantastic place to get trending news and, crucially, from different angles. We are really glad, actually, to be part of the mission the Next-Gen Business is on, trying to bring some clarity in what's become a very confusing news world.
It really is helpful. And now, okay, let's tackle this economic picture you seem ready to declare a total victory on.
Well, Matt was mentioning about the econ playing such an important role in last year's presidential election, the top problem facing.
Well, I think I have good reason to be eager. I'm looking at reports, okay, even from places like, yes, fake news CNN, that supposedly just can't fathom the huge reported drop in Americans worried about inflation. President Trump's economy, I'm arguing it, is delivering. And that drop in concern, that's proof. It's a testament to real relief finally reaching families. We are actually winning this fight, and you can see it in the shifting mood about the economy.
That's one way to read it, I suppose. But I'd frame that reality quite differently. That reported relief you mentioned, it's definitely not hitting everyone. We're actually seeing reports of an uptick in economic concerns under the current policies, which suggests, ongoing instability. Inflation is allegedly bouncing back, hitting regular working people hard, with worries about just affording the basics. So to stand here and insist everything's delivered and fixed, it feels like dismissing the real financial strain lots of families are still under. And that just feels the calls for, actual fairness for everybody, not just some. And finally,
I can't help but think of a line today. Jay Jones has the vision, commitment, and integrity to keep families safe.
This whole Jay Jones situation, the fallout from those, frankly, vile old messages fantasizing about political violence, look, the words themselves are deeply disappointing, obviously. But I do worry that the way this scrutiny is being framed, it feels like it's being weaponized as a distraction.
Using past words to try and derail progress.
The focus, I think, should be on bridging divides moving forward, not just digging up dirt to create more conflict. Yes, accountability matters, but the goal should be constructive, right? Not just tearing things down.
Accountability is exactly what this is about. The sheer hypocrisy laid bare by Senator Cory Booker's endorsement despite these disgusting fantasies, it is breathtaking. Michael Knowles nailed it when he critiqued it. How can a leader, a senator, endorse someone who fantasizes about killing opponents?
This isn't just bad judgment. It allegedly normalizes the absolute darkest, most unhinged impulses in our politics. We have to demand integrity. Enabling this kind of hatred, it just can't stand. The standard has to be higher. Period.